Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 200 and something. 209.
209.
209 of the Compound Podcast presented by Connect Roasters. ConnectRoasters.com. Connect Roasters working on a sneaky little collab, maybe with a large beer brand in Chicago. Not going to give away all the details. ConnectRoasters.com. All of your coffee needs, all of your coffee wants, all of your coffee desires. 2 codes. Code Compound Club, 25% off your first order of the Home Run Club. Shipment to your door once a month, or Compound 15 for 15% off site wide. Go try the coffee. You won't regret it because it's the best coffee you ever had. You know who really loves it? Ben Brown. Pitcher for the Cubs really loves Connect Roasters.
Can you stop talking him up? He can't replace me. I'm your friend first.
He can't replace you. He cannot. He is the pretty similar height to you. Pretty tall.
I'm bigger. I could take him.
Yeah, you could take
set up a cage match. I win that.
Jesus.
I need to assert my dominance. I feel like Ian's making new pitcher friends. He's got me and Scotty. We're his pitcher friends. He doesn't need any other ones.
That's a good point.
Is this a new content idea for us? The Dakota fighting in the off season? I mean, we could get
Sure.
matches going. PPV.
Sure. Well, I'll have to like accept the fight first. Like it needs to be someone that I think I can take. Like I'm not going against anybody that's like a sneaky psycho. Ben Brown realistically would beat my ass. That's a fact.
So wait, you're already backing out of the fight that you.
But for my honor, Tom, I will fight.
Okay.
It's a pride thing.
The Braves are in Chicago. It is Wednesday night. Zach and I have played. It's Wednesday night? What day is it?
It's Wednesday night.
Today's Wednesday.
You've played 2 games.
We've played 2 games. 1-1. We got a rubber match tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon. 120 at Wrigley. Zach's going to get to experience the 120 at Wrigley.
From the bench.
You're watching.
Yeah, I'm watching tomorrow. Skip told me today.
I'm DHing. We can
Nice.
give hand signals from the dugout.
Yeah.
I did ask Zach. Sorry, I just want to touch on that real quick. I did ask Zach when I think it was like 3:00 on Tuesday. I was like, Zach, I need a Wrigley report. And his only word in response was magical. And I feel like that's pretty fitting.
Yeah, but I took it back after the game.
Well, you guys lost the first game. And
No. I
had the
lost.
lights.
You
had the lights.
I lost.
It's a team game.
No, it's not.
It's a team game.
No.
It's a team game.
No.
Do you want to tell me what happened?
I wasn't even going to bring that play up.
You want to talk about it?
I was. Yeah, shit fucked the pop-up. It's the first time that's happened in a long time. I make sure that no matter what, for the most part, I catch every fly ball with 2 hands for that reason. And even like Ian, like yesterday, that wind was pretty gnarly. Like it was
whipping. Yeah,
like it was, and you looked on the wall, on the ivy. It was like it was moving the whole time. And I saw it, and I went up. And Bush was hitting, so I knew it was going to come back. And I was told Ian before the game, I put myself in like good enough position to catch it. Like I was right under it, and I still don't understand how it didn't go in my glove. I don't.
I told Zach when we were talking about it, Wrigley has its own gravitational pull, and the ball comes down twice as hard as it goes up at Wrigley. It is especially when it's windy and the ball is moving, it feels like it's coming down like an absolute comet.
Yeah, like that. It's funny. Like the last 2 feet, I remember it, and like it's when you said that, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, because I was like, damn, that shit came down like hard.
There was 2 parts of it that were kind of funny. Arcia, you could tell like when you started backpedaling, it's like, oh shit, he does not have this.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, like it was a stiff wind, just like
oh yeah,
out.
Well, it was just not funny, but like I kind of chuckled. I'll chuckle. I'll be honest. Your face after was just like in shock of like what was that?
No, and that's truly like there's times where you make like a mental error and you're like, God, like that can't happen, and like obviously in that situation that cannot happen. But it was kind of like I took a step back and I was like, what just happened?
And of course, the ball finds you the very next play too. And I was nervous. I was like, make the throw. And you made the throw. I was like, all right.
I knew it was coming to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's stupid. But
I had a plane left today.
Yep.
Albies hit me a fly ball, and like it was twilight. It went up, and like perfect situation to get behind it and try to make a really good throw home. Like it went up, got above the lights, like lost it. It's like just a little pebble coming down, wind's blowing hard out to right center, things moving sideways, and like I couldn't get behind it. Like I just had to catch the ball. That happens so often at Wrigley, and it is
The ball
like
caught you.
it's the most demoralizing feeling of like
No,
like you feel like a little leaguer.
I went back to tag just to see, like, I wanted them to kind of cut the ball off. And then I was like, I don't know if I should be tagging right now. Like, it was just like, this wind is whipping, and I don't think he's got the greatest of beats on this. Just as like,
You get once it gets above the lights, like you just can't see it.
Can't.
Goes away.
We should say that Zack didn't know that you guys had a day game, and he was sad at first that he's like, I really want to experience a day game at Wrigley. And I was like, hey man, Thursday.
Well, I think, well, there's still, yeah. I think I was more so, I meant the first 2 days, or more like today. I wanted a day game so you could hang out, go out to dinner or whatever. But
for sure. Well, you guys probably fly out right after, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. But you did get to, like, not experience, you've been there before, but like see Chicago when it was really nice weather. And man,
yeah,
Ian says it all the time, best place on earth in the summer.
We came last year too, and it was beautiful. But not to Wrigley. And Wrigley's a different, it's crazy. Yesterday, Ian and I were talking, I think pregame or before the game, before BP, for RBP. And he was like, oh man, like, what do you think of Wrigley? I'm like, oh, this place is great. He's like, I really hope that, they show up tonight, like, just to, see, like, show you how, it's supposed to be played, yada, yada. And at first pitch, people were still getting into their seats and everything. Like, I was like, damn, there's like,
yeah, I was a little nervous it wasn't going to be full at first pitch.
And then probably by the next inning, I look up and I was like, damn, bleachers are full. Like, everything is filled, and it was sick. The whole game, it was sick.
Yeah, there's like 36,000 last night. And then tonight, we're down 9-2 in the ninth inning. Louis Vasquez has his debut.
Dude, that was.
I didn't even see that.
He came in the eighth, played shortstop, and then hit first. They put up on the board MLB debut. Louis Vasquez is a prospect for us. Like, I would say that, like, how many people at Wrigley Field like have followed him? Probably not a ton. And like they put up on the board like MLB debut, and the whole crowd. I mean, there were still 30,000 people there. The whole crowd stood up cheering for him. Like it's so cool. Like even in those moments when you're losing and the fans appreciate that, like he was having his major league debut. Like it's super cool.
I remember. I love Luis.
He's the man, dude.
Yeah, I was talking to Nico about it. I don't know, for one reason or another, but like whenever you watch him play, you're like, man, this guy is good. Like, but he never really got like that limelight. Like he was kind of, I don't want to say thrown on a back burner, but like I think he went to the fall league a few years ago or last year, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh hell yeah, like good for him, like about time, like whatever. And to see him, playing well in AAA, and then to come up in the big league, he's such a nice kid too. I don't know if you've talked to him much, but like works his ass off. He's a great kid. And I was so happy. I saw him leading off, or I saw him go into the game, and then I saw him lead off, and I was like, this is awesome. And then Ian, on top of that, when everybody kind of stood up, gave him his ovation, even when they were down 9-2, was awesome.
You know what's funny? And I mean this, Zach, in the nicest way possible. Do not take insult to this. I think he is just like you, in that in the minors, his stats didn't always reflect the talent that was in there. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, I mean that in the nicest way possible.
No, he definitely
has the talent's there.
Way better glove than I did. Or I do. Like
nobody does. Nobody does.
Is he starting tomorrow, Ian?
You'll never convince me that someone has a better glove than you in a million years, except for maybe the two-time Gold Glover that we're also on here with.
Ian, is he starting tomorrow?
I don't know. We don't get the lineup the day before. Not sure.
Nice.
Porter Hodge also debuted.
Porter Hodge debuted. Porter Hodge was nasty. He's got. I guess he has an invisible fastball. Did they say anything? Come back to the dugout. Like, is that fastball invisible?
Ozuna. I don't know why he tapped me, but he was like, hey.
He's got like cut ride.
Bro, he was at negative something on his horizontal, throwing 95, 96.
That's pretty good.
That's wild. I haven't seen him throw before. I knew he was like a prospect, and I think I heard he's really good, but I've never like seen him pitch before.
Yeah, I haven't seen him pitch either. I mean, I was like, oh, poor Hodg's gonna have his debut, cool. And then he's like 6 pitches, 2 punchies. He was 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning, 10 pitches, 3 punchies. I was like, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Who
that was good.
Who did Vasquez come up for? I didn't even see he got called up until
Mastroboni got sent down.
Oh, I got you. That's sick though.
Good play.
Yeah, I think Dansby and Nico both coming back from injuries. I'm assuming that maybe one of them is going to be down tomorrow, so he might be starting tomorrow, but I don't know. Any other Chicago or Wrigley thoughts, Zach?
You
guys have a tough schedule.
I had something.
It
goes back to when you guys played in Atlanta too. I've gotten shouted out twice now on broadcast.
Yeah.
And I had like my friends text me like, dude, they just said your name. I'm like, cool. I'm like, hell yeah, because I have famous friends.
I don't think I've gotten anything about the pod since I've been here.
No, they've talked about it on the broadcast.
Yeah, but I'm saying fans-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Ian grounded out the other day to Zack, and they mentioned it on the Braves broadcast. We also got to talk about quickly, we tweeted it out, Chipper Jones last week was really feeling Zack for like a couple innings. We tweeted out one clip, but there was a lot to work with for Chipper Jones being just a huge fan of the new Braves third baseman of the Atlanta Braves, Zack Short.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Have you spent any time with Chipper?
No. I didn't see him before the game. They did the 4-man broadcast of him, Glavin, McCann, and Jeff Francoeur. I believe it was Francoeur.
Yeah.
Then I met Francoeur yesterday.
Beauty.
No, Chipper, I mean,
that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like that's an all-time great player, great third baseman.
I mean, his face is everywhere in that locker room and in that stadium and field. His numbers are stupid.
Switch hitter too.
Stupid. And he had the same swing. We talked about that before.
Yeah, which is crazy. Maybe the best switch hitter of all time.
You know who else has the same swing? Ozzy. Ozzy has the same exact swing, lefty and right.
But it's a little different.
All right.
He gets up earlier righty. Lefty's a little wider, right? He's a little more narrow righty.
Yeah. I love watching him play.
Ian, which side do you have more?
Have you picked up his bat yet?
I've tried.
Ozzy Albies not that tall. Uses a 35-inch bat. Not kidding.
Jeez.
It's like 35, 33, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
Ian, which side do you have more power on? I was asked that question today.
I hit the ball harder from the right side, but I elevate more left-handed.
Gotcha.
The one-handed finish.
I have higher exit velos right-handed on that.
Because they're on the ground at the third baseman.
Why are you shitting on my righty?
I'm not.
Yeah,
you were trying to take my head off today.
Easy, dude.
You were trying to take my head off.
Ian, I think you got a great swing both sides, man.
Before we move on from the Cubs and Braves series, we do have to talk about the Compound Live, which I should have led with. I should have led with the Compound Live.
Woo!
Compound Live, June 20th. Okay, June 20th in Chicago at the Music Box Theater. We're doing a live show. Dakota's flying in
for 24 hours.
We're going to be interviewing Cubs players, friends of mine. They're going to come. We're going to interview them. We're going to talk ball
and my friends
and Dakota's friends, and we're going to do a 90-minute show at the Music Box Theater. Tickets are on sale. Tom will put the link somewhere. I think it's musicboxtheater.com.
Link will be in the description. If you're on either YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're on the podcast apps, should be the first thing you see in the description. We'll make sure that it's there.
That's
right.
We'll
tweet it and we'll put it on the Instagram and we'll put it everywhere.
We might have like a cardboard out of Zack up there too. Who knows?
Yeah. Or a special message. Tickets are selling fast, but it's going to be a very exciting event.
I got some family driving down from Grand Rapids for it.
Yeah.
They're pretty pumped. I'm flying for 24 hours only. Flying in Thursday morning, flying back out Friday morning. That's how committed I am to this pod. I live and die for these fans.
People are talking.
I live and die for these fans.
Yep.
Did Ian buy me the flight? Yeah, he did. He's a nice guy.
We're gonna have a slumber party.
We're gonna have a slumber party. The wife's not allowed there. Just me and Ian.
Yours or Ian's?
Ian's wife. I don't have a wife.
My wife's gonna be out of the country.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's got a wedding. She's got a wedding abroad.
Sounds like Entourage and some bottles of wine.
I was like, things might get great. We might have to have Sal fly in for it.
Dangerous.
That could get dangerous.
It finally feels like baseball season. And yeah, it's a little early to start looking at the standings and scoreboard watching, but it's never too early to get in on all of today's action at the DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking your team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your squad, and place your first bet. It's that simple. New to DraftKings? New customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. Just deposit at least $5 and you'll get a bonus bet back equal to your first bet if it doesn't hit. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code COMPOUND. That's code COMPOUND only on the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. One no-sweat bet per new customer. Issued as one bonus bet based on amount of initial losing bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/baseball for eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
You know what I would like to talk about? Because I think we could have a nice little chop on this. MLB came out with their bat speed numbers. They calculate bat speed a little bit different than the Cubbies have a little bit of a different bat speed thing, but they have the MLB has their bat speed numbers. So like top end is like 85. Low end is like 65, right? Or 60, 65.
I feel like everyone does it a little different. Like us at Driveline, we do it a little different too.
Yeah, everybody has a little bit different number. So I don't know how they match up. But Giancarlo Stanton swings really, really hard, 85 miles an hour. Luis Ariz swings not hard. Luis Ariz, really, really good hitter. Giancarlo Stanton, been a really, really good hitter for a long time. There's a spectrum.
It's a weird stat.
I would not say it's the end-all be-all, and it doesn't matter that much, but it is interesting.
I think I agree completely, because I think those two being the top end and the bottom end show you that it is by no means the end-all be-all, because Luis Ariz is probably the best contact hitter in all of baseball, and he has the lowest bat speed. Like, and I'd say it's working out okay for him.
Yeah, like there's a difference between a fast swing and a quick swing or a short swing, and like, you don't have to swing super, super hard to catch up to hard pitching. You just have to be. And like the name of the game is finding the barrel. Doesn't matter how hard you swing if you miss the barrel.
What's Nico's bat speed? I feel like he swings very fast. Or am I wrong on that? That's just my eye test.
He's not in the upper end. He's closer to 70. A little lower.
Ian, you also, I said this to you before we started recording, but you are in the top 10 of bat speed gained from last year.
It's not working out.
Which, I mean, what does it mean? Who knows?
I'm going to go backwards.
Hey,
I'm going to swing slower.
Well, it's like you said, it's all about just squaring up the ball. Like if you swing super fast but don't make clean contact, like who cares how fast your bat speed was?
Doesn't matter.
It's something to like look at for sure. But like you said, like if you don't square it up, who cares?
Who cares? My top end exit velos are as high as they. Oh my God, that's a great swing. My top end exit velos are as high as they've been in my career, but it doesn't matter if you don't square it up more. Zach, is that left-handed or right-handed?
It's your lefty. Look at that.
You could tell by the swing path that wasn't right-handed.
That was spring training 2017.
Number 85.
86.
86
raked.
What's funny to me, Ian, this is a question that I know you know the answer to. Who has more videos of your swing on their phone, you or Zach?
Zach, 100%. You know,
and I love it.
I asked Olsen.
I care.
Today.
You care about the pod. I care about Ian's swing.
I was on first.
The hell out of that.
And I asked Olsen if Zach has started taking dry swings in the locker room yet, and he said he said he caught him in the mirror the other day.
I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom. And I heard footsteps and I stopped and it was him because we've talked hitting the last few days or whatever. And I was like, you missed out on some dry hacks. He goes, you heard footsteps, huh? And he's like, don't let me stop you.
Did you have like full batting gloves and bat?
No, I was washing my hands and I was just like, and then I heard him walking in and I was like, ah, it's so funny you asked
Is
him
there a
that.
moment of the day where you're not like, not at all times, but like I feel like, let's not get too graphic here, but like you could be taking a poop and you'll just be sitting there like, man, like I really feel like
And
I
that's
get
the
to
fucking Dakota. This is what
like,
keeps me up at night. This is why I don't understand how or why I'm a 160, 170 hitter. It doesn't make sense because it's all I put my fucking time and effort into. And I'm not even looking, this is not a sob story. This is like at some point, something has to flip. God bless, man.
I got a text from your fiance saying no, answering for him. He does not ever stop. That's so good.
You can take dry swings with the best
incredible.
of them.
I mean,
like your brain doesn't stop thinking about swings, and I love that.
no, I fucking
almost
hate it.
almost to a fault.
It doesn't work. The guys who don't care, are the best.
Dude, I tell people that all the time in the facility. I'm like, you're dumb enough to be good. And I'm like, I mean that in the best way. Like you are dumb enough to be good.
I know
that
just be dumb.
Our friend Jason Foley doesn't listen to this, but his manager in low A, when Foles was first like coming onto the scene throwing 100, and he got to know him a little bit, and he would just look at him. He would tell him, he's like, you are just dumb enough to be really good at this game. And look at him,
It is crazy that like you need a little bit of like just being dumb, of just like, oh, like what is that now? I don't even know what that means. And it's like, what do you mean you don't know what that means?
I don't even think it's dumb. I mean, I think to make it in the major leagues, like the odds to make it in the major leagues are so slim. You have to be kind of naive, whatever the word is, to be willing to overlook the odds to think that, oh, I'm actually going to make the major leagues. Like the odds of that are almost impossible. The fact that you guys did it are a statistical anomaly. So the fact that you're able to get there is like you have to believe something that like no one else on the planet Earth believes that you could actually do.
Fuck the odds, though, Tom. Fuck the odds.
You had a couple good games this last week, Zach, and I almost texted
that's it.
you.
And then it's gone.
But this is why I was going to text you, and then I was like, if I just text him, I know that he's just going to fire back with the thing that he didn't like about this game, and it's not actually going to help him at all. So I kept it in my back pocket. But just know, I did think about texting you, but I understand you well enough at this point to know it doesn't matter. It's not going to make you feel any better because you're still going to find the thing that you could go 4 for 4 and still find a way to be like, that 2-1 pitch though, I could have turned in that and I hit a single and it could have been a double.
Tom, we need to get you in the group text of me and Scott where we'll just be talking to Zach like in our bigger group text, and then we'll just text on the side, be like, this guy, there's no pleasing him. Like you said, 4-4, he'd go 4-4, 4 homers, make 3 diving plays, and you'd be like, oh, but yeah, like I didn't love that swing. Like I could have squared it up a little better.
I didn't need to dive.
Exactly. Or something like that.
He's found in the hypothetical scenario we've created, he's already found a way to be unhappy with it.
It's incredible. The guy's chasing greatness. You can't knock it.
Greatness. Looks like we're running away from each other.
See, those are the comments that make me mad, though. I hate when you say stuff like that.
I hate how Ian's not trying to laugh and he's acting like he got something in his eye. Look at him.
I just missed the positive Zach from spring training.
Yes.
That guy was great. That guy was great.
I had it bottled up.
I like that guy.
Left the cap open and dribbled out.
You still have it. It's still there.
What are you gonna do?
I'm standing in center field. We're running today before the game, and Zach and I meet in center. And like I'm trying to fluff this guy up before the game.
I don't need him. There's no fluffing when
trying to get him to a good place.
Brother. See, like I just see past it. I see past the non crud. All right? The crud. It's
what you're saying is crud.
No.
What else is going on? Tom, have you been following the baseball world? What else is going on? League OPS is at an all-time low. What else? How are your Yankees? Your Yankees are a good team.
That Luis Gil, or I don't know if
Luis Gil?
Gil. That guy's good.
Yeah.
That's a good pitcher. Young guy, rookie. It's a good arm. Promising future.
Dakota knows more about the Yanks than you do. Dakota, you've been watching baseball. Don't you watch baseball every day at work?
Yeah, we do. We have it on the TV all day, so I follow it a decent amount.
Who's your favorite player right now?
Ian Happ and Zack Short. It's tied.
Besides us, who's the second favorite?
Like, who do I like watching? I mean, Ketel Marte's a good player, man. That guy is just a good baseball player.
Didn't I say last year he was underrated?
Yeah, I think he's still criminally underrated. He still doesn't get enough talk.
You think he's on a 21-game hit streak or something?
His average has gone down over the course of that
Yes,
hit
because
streak.
he's gotten like one hit a game.
It's a cruel game. It's a cruel game. You could be on a 20-game hit streak and your average goes down. It's cruel.
How about Bobby Witt?
I'm trying to think of somebody else who's having a really good year.
You've been seeing Bobby Witt?
We got a guy in our office, one of the hitting guys, Ian. He had Bobby Witt on his fantasy team, and he just traded him. He goes, I can't believe I traded that guy.
Why are you trading him?
He traded him for like.
Are you guys allowed to play fantasy baseball? Shouldn't that be illegal?
Drive on it.
Are you trying to throw him under the bus right now?
But Ian, this isn't dark. This isn't like pro ball or college. Like I think guys can like bet on it. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm too scared. I'd be too scared to bet on baseball still. Yeah. Even just in case I ever got back into like the coaching ranks, I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe that'd get me. I can't.
Bobby Witt is hitting 308 with a 916 OPS.
Goodness.
Who's better? Gun to your head right now. Who's better, him or Gunner? Henderson.
Gunner. I say Gunner.
Same.
Gunnar Henderson is special.
Here's a question I saw that was getting asked. So I saw a couple people saying that they would take, if you did an entire redraft of Major League Baseball, Bobby Witt would be in the contention for 1-1 right now.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Who would you guys take if you were going to start over and pick a franchise? Who's your 1-1 guy? Ohtani's obviously the obvious pick, but beyond
I don't count Ohtani.
Yeah, he's a million.
Juan Soto's still my 1-1. He's still only 27. Like he's young enough that I'm still comfortable with him.
I think he's 25.
Yeah,
exactly. 25. Even better. Yeah, I think he's young enough. I'm still going Juan Soto.
Yeah, but you could have a generational shortstop in Bobby Witt
and Soto probably projects long term out of the outfield. Like I think eventually he's going to be a DH. You get Bobby Witt or something. Shortstop's locked down for a decade.
But I'll take 40 plus homers for the next 10 years. Especially if I'm playing in Yankee Stadium.
Hal today came out and said the Yankees are going to have to decrease payroll. And then Soto followed it up with 2 homers tonight. So,
yeah, sure thing.
It doesn't look like you're going to be decreasing.
Yeah, I think it's a negotiation tactic. He understands who he's negotiating against. He's negotiating against Scott Boras. He's got to be smart.
What Ohtani has done in the DH role is pretty impressive.
He's just having fun. Like he's just like, yeah, I'll go hit 400 and not pitch. Sure.
Does it surprise you? I don't know his hitting like report, but he's trained at Driveline before, and like his pitching mechanics are like middle of the road mechanics, but in the weight room he's like a freak.
Bro,
like
that's
he
what
tests off the chart.
Yes.
Like weight room, like strength and power, he tests off the chart. It just shows if you're just a freak athlete, like you can do anything.
You can do anything. Baseball is so hard right now that only 36 players have an 800 or better OPS. 36 in all of baseball have an 800 or better OPS.
It's like
only 16 have a 900 or better OPS, and only 3 have a 1 dot.
Who's one of them? Marcelo Zuna.
Who are the other 2? Or do you not have that?
Kyle Tucker and Ohtani.
Kyle Tucker's having unbelievable.
Aaron Judge, who was struggling at the beginning of the year, has a 990. So he's doing all right. He'll be fine.
Zach, do you remember when we played Round Rock and they had Kyle Tucker and Yordan over us in AAA? In AAA. It's like, what are we doing here? Get these guys out of here.
What a team.
Good.
What a team.
It's wild.
In AAA. What?
In AAA. We used to purposely walk Yordan Alvarez. He'd lead off an inning and be like, nope. We
walked him right to the big leagues.
Go to first. They had to. They had to call him up because he wasn't seeing any pitches. They're like, hey, if we want this guy to get at bats, we got to call him up to the show.
We got to get this guy out of here. Kyle Tucker, 288 with a 1 dot and 17 homers, I think.
17 is so many.
How
is that team not good? Can they not pitch? Like what?
I wouldn't count them out just yet. They're only 6 games.
No,
they just swept somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out by any means. I mean, your lineup goes Altuve, Tucker, Yordan, Bregman, Pena, Singleton hits bombs, Jake Myers, Dubon, Caratini. Those are lineups today.
Just a matter of time before Bregman gets hot too.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they'll be playing the Yankees in the playoffs, and then Tom will be getting pissed.
Wait, here comes Tom. If the Yankees even make the playoffs.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm the one who's always the negative Nancy.
Yankees are 34-17. You can't possibly have anything. Their run differential, which is, whatever. But
what is going on? I haven't said a negative word about the Yankees all
But you
episode.
haven't said a positive word. That's the issue. You haven't said a positive word.
Dakota, can I ask you a question? Do you think the people are enjoying looking at your kneecap?
I don't know. Maybe. I got good knees. I lotion them. Look at that bad boy. It's a good knee.
You actually lotion?
Right, I'll move my knee. No, I don't know. I don't lotion my knees. No. Who would lotion their knees? That's crazy.
What people do.
I can't wait for the Cubbies to win the World Series. The Cubbies Braves World Series. Oh my gosh. One of you guys get a ring. That's the dream.
How is that possible?
Yeah, what?
Okay, Cubbies Braves NLCS winner goes on to face the Yankees, so that whoever wins between you two gets to face against Scotty Efros. Bottom of the ninth, game 7. Zack short at the plate. Scott Efros on the mound. Tying on it.
But
nope. You're fucking hacking against Scotty. I can't wait for the return of Scott. Do you know what, Ian? I missed last week. Zack doesn't like when I tweet too much about him, so I've been trying to tone it down. I like to tweet about my friends. I'm a good friend. And I told Scott, I said, Scott, I need you to be healthy so I have someone that can accept my love and my praise. So Scotty's working his way back for me.
Are you going to do reports for Scott?
He'd have to be a driveline guy. I don't think I can. I think that'd be illegal.
Reports for him?
I think I'd get in trouble if I started doing that.
If you do somebody else on the Yanks, you might as well.
No, we don't have any Yankees guys, actually.
No Yankees.
No, we do have Drew Smiley, though. Cubby.
Drew Smiley. Guy. Come back soon. Not far away.
Yeah, you're my inside source for him for when he's coming back so that I can start running. I run his reports. Well, I run his report, so I kind of need to know when he's back so I know when he needs them. Just trying to help my guys, I'm trying to do what I can.
Hack your Wi-Fi if we play him and he comes back so you can't send him his reports.
What's funny is you think I don't have a VPN to avoid that.
Call the cops.
Call the ops. Has anyone seen Mason Miller throw a baseball?
Dude.
That guy is disgusting.
Ian, what do you think?
Have you faced him?
We faced him in his debut.
Ian, what do you
did not face him out of the closer role.
What
hit balls hard against him in his debut. But
did you?
Yeah.
You did.
Hang on, guys. Hang on.
I lined into a double play and then I hit a single or a double.
You're that guy.
Hit the ball hard though. Hit the ball hard. But
he's gross.
He's throwing 103. I mean, he was throwing 100 that day. He's throwing 103 now.
And his sweeper slider, whatever it is also disgusting.
I mean, yeah, he's
someone that I saw his name around like trade rumors. Like, I know relief pitchers don't draw a ton, but like it would cost a lot to get him, I think, as a reliever.
This has been a huge topic, is that whether or not they're going to trade him. And my initial reaction was, how the fuck do you trade the best player on your team who's 25 under team control for 5 years? And that was where I was for like a week. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, what do the next 5 years of the Oakland A's look like? Is there any chance in the next 5 years this team is competitive? And the answer, unfortunately, is no, right? I mean, I don't think there's any way when you're playing out of Sacramento and then maybe Las Vegas, 3 or 4 years from now, this team actually has any sense of competitiveness. But is it not the most depressing thing in the world that this is a 3rd round pick, a guy who started out his career D3? This is a guy that they did a lot of work to find, have developed him. He's now blossoming into a legitimate superstar. And their first thought is, we have to trade him because we suck so bad that doesn't matter if we have him under control till the year like 2029. We can't be good in that time period.
It's tough because you could literally revamp your minor league system for the most part if you trade him right now.
My dream scenario, though, is that the A's go to Sacramento.
And then they play a World Series in Sacramento.
Yes, that's my dream scenario, is that Sacramento, they host like they play baseball, playoff baseball there. Like, that'd be so funny.
You guys will play there. How's the Sacramento field? Do we think it's like, I mean, it's obviously not major league quality. They're going to do stuff, but how close is it? Is it not close?
They have to add so many seats. I remember playing there, and I'm like, this is not even close to an MLB.
You can't.
It's not a bad stadium.
3 innings.
Yeah, it's not like a bad stadium. Like I actually remember, like I liked it, but
Clubhouse
like
dog.
it's a yeah, like it's a no, yeah, they did have a clubhouse dog. And it was a nice clubhouse on the road.
Pomsky.
But it
clubhouse
needs
dog.
yeah.
Do you remember the Pomsky that was on the road there? The clubby had a Pomsky that was
What is that?
it's a husky and a Pomeranian mixed. It's a
Oh, wow.
small husky.
It was a cool dog.
Can I'm gonna flip this and get away from the A's hate and go to a question, a philosophical question. Brought to you by Bruce Bolt. BruceBolt.us. The batting gloves that Zack Short wears on the field. My batting gloves, all white, white with baby blue, baby blue. They also have game hats. They also have pants. They also have anything that you need. They actually sent me some pretty sick protective gear. BruceBolt.us. Here's my philosophical question.
Can I ask a real quick one about Bruce Bolt?
Yep.
Sorry. Zack, this is a random thing I've noticed you do. Are you like fixing your hand guard? Like I've seen you like after pitch, like you'll kind of, I can't really
it's like
recreate it.
It's almost like a twitch, but it's also like after a pitch, it'll move a little bit, and I want it to get it into a better spot so it's not like hanging over. But it's like out of habit. That and like this too, I kind of do it out of habit and get it into a different spot.
That's how locked in I am on your at bats. Is I see you just kind of like you just kind of like it looks like a tick almost. Like you're just
if you like actually pay attention, baseball players are diabolical, truly diabolical. If you watch I do the same exact thing every single time I go to the plate. Mm-hmm. Ian does the same exact thing every time he goes to the plate. Like I would feel something if it's off in the batter's box. Like if the box was any way, shape, or form not in the right spot, I would call time like something's up. This is not right.
I would literally, when I'd come in from the bullpen, if I had a good outing, like where I would choose to cross the line that day, I would cross at the exact same place the next. Like just stupid stuff like that. That means nothing.
It'd be malpractice if you didn't do it.
Yeah. But it makes me think of like Garcia Parra, like how you just like touch it and like you're not really like doing any. I guess you're kind of adjusting it. That's why I was curious because I was like, is that just like a tick?
No, it'll move and I'll try to get in a better spot. Yeah, and I just do it every pitch.
Because your left one's the one you broke, right? Or your right one?
Yeah, my left one.
Left one. Okay, sorry, Ian. I just had to ask that question because you made me think of it when you said Bruce Bolt. Because he has a Bruce Bolt hand guard, really good material. Keeps his hands safe. Bruce Bolt.
You know what's one of my favorite things about this podcast is I could be ready to ask a really good question that I feel strong about, and then we could go off the rails for 5 minutes about Zack's hand guard and elbow guard routine. So
we're giving the people.
We know that you stand there with your bat against your leg, playing with your batting glove too. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question. I want personal opinions, not what the analytics say. What do you think is more valuable to a team? A starting pitcher that makes all of his starts, 33 starts, and has a sub-3, wins 18 games.
God, it's a Cy Young winner.
Yeah, this guy's top three in the Cy Young. Or a absolutely shutdown closer who doesn't play, saves 45 to 50 games, never blows a save all year. When he comes in the game, it's over.
How do I get both?
The analytics would definitely say starter.
100%. That's why I said. Thank you for bringing the analytics. When at the jump, I said not the analytics.
I was clearing that up, and that's why I was going back to that.
Dude,
the analytics, yeah.
Making a game 8 innings that's different, bro.
I was gonna ask you guys. I mean, mentally as players, like, is it different knowing when you have a great bullpen? Like, it has to feel a little bit different knowing, like, when you get to the 6th or 7th inning, and if you trust in your guys in the back end of the pen, knowing like, oh, we have this game won. Like that definitely. That's the stuff that the analytics I don't think can factor in. It's like the feeling of comfort that a team gets. Like I lived through Mariano Rivera. You had Mariano Rivera and the Yankees, like you got to the 9th inning, the game was over.
And you had Tom Gordon in the 8th inning.
Well, I mean, I was like 2. I was like 2 or 3, but yes.
Jabba Chamberlain.
Dylan Betances. For like 2 years.
Dude, so even this year with the Mets,
Robertson's a good shot.
Edwin, he didn't get many save opportunities when I was there. But just like knowing that he was your 9th inning guy, and it's like, okay, chances are like he's not. He's gonna go in there and mow 3 guys down, and like he did well. And I know, Tom. I know he did well. Like
he's been struggling this year.
yeah, as of late, right? But like a dominant, even name like that is like, oh, he comes in like game's over. You just know like your game is 8 innings long.
I'm still taking the starter because I don't know. I don't know if I am. I'm thinking. So my head went to like playoffs. Like, say this team. I'm assuming this team is a playoff team. This hypothetical team. I would want that dominant closer for the playoffs and hope that the rest of my starting rotation like gives me quality starts for the most part. Because
the closer or the starting pitcher? You said the closer.
The closer.
Okay, so you're taking the closer.
Yes, I think so. I don't know. Because the thing is, if you have a starter that you know is going to go out there and give you 7 innings, 1-run ball every 5th day, like that feels pretty good. Like that's like every time he's on the mound, you're like, we're going to win this. Like we score 3 runs, we're winning this baseball game. I think I'm switching. Reverse. Audible. Here we go. I'm going starter. Final answer.
Really?
Just because, like I said, that every 5th day of having that guy, like you guys have all had, like, Zach, you have fucking 3 of them on the Braves right now, especially if Strider was healthy. Like that starter that goes out there and you're like, I mean, we're going to win today. Like, sure, they'll have that one outing. Like Ian had John Lester, plenty of other guys, but like that guy that when they go out there, you're like, we're going to win. Like we score a couple runs and like you score 3 in the first and it's like it's over. Nice. We win. Like this guy's going to give us 7 innings.
And that's what it feels like with Shota right now. Like Shota is that good. Yeah. That, like every time he goes out there, like,
hey, give some respect to your boy Assad too.
Yeah, Assad's been absolutely dominant too. Like, it is interesting though because like the 17 team with Wade Davis, like when he came, the game was over. Like the game was over. And like when you played the Brewers and they had like Devin Williams and Hader in the back end, it's like once you got there, it's like it would be pretty tough to score runs. Like it is when the game is over in the 9th inning, when like you go out as a fielder and you're like, I can sit down out here because like there's no way that someone's scoring. No, I think the analytics would tell you that the starter is way more valuable than the closer. But we're just talking about Mason Miller. There is a huge value to like the game being over when you get to the 9th inning.
I think it's just the fact that you could go through a rough stretch where like you don't use your closer for 10 games because you're not winning in the 9th. And it's like, sure, they'll throw like to get work in, but like you could go 10 games without ever using a closer. That's the only reason I lean starters because like every 10 games, he's going to have 2 outings where you're like, we feel so good about winning this baseball game.
It's so funny. On the other end as a hitter, you're just like, if we get to this 9th inning and it's a close game, like fuck. You just know, like
it makes you press in the 6th, 7th, 8th.
Right,
like you're like, we got to score.
Yeah.
I do want to hit Danny Mueller's hot take of the day. Okay. I want to get to it.
Oh, I need to. He tried talking to me today, or like he said something from the dugout, and I thought he was saying Nick. So I didn't want to look into your dugout, and he kept saying Zack, and I was just so I finally looked, and I see him like standing on top of the step. He's like, I know you hear me. I'm like, I really didn't.
Danny Mueller's hot take is that coffee tables serve no function. He hates coffee tables.
It's a footrest.
It is a footrest. Look,
but he said it's a painful footrest. Said coffee tables stink. When you put your feet on the coffee table, it's a hard surface. It hurts. He said everybody should have an ottoman and not a coffee table. It's too far away to put a drink on.
I think that only works if you have cup holders on your couch or chair, because otherwise, where are you putting your cup? On the floor? That's crazy.
No, get a little table next to you.
Yeah, you need a side table.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're adding different props? Fair.
We had a gift card to IKEA. What do you mean? We're adding different props.
I do agree with that. Yeah, they don't serve. I don't put much on there.
I would say that on a general population thing, guys are much more for something that's comfortable to put your feet on, and girls are not.
Ottomans probably don't look as cute in a living room as
coffee tables
nice
are
coffee
tables are much more aesthetic. If there's storage in the coffee table,
I was just gonna say you could use it for storage.
I was gonna say a lot of Ottomans now have the storage inside, which is given that I think that's the advantage of the Ottoman. It's not only do you get the more comfortable footrest, but now I have storage where I can put stuff as well.
Ian, here's the big test. In your living room right now, do you have a coffee table or an ottoman?
coffee table.
Yeah. You're a married man. You have to.
Yeah. Coffee tables. Got coffee tables everywhere. No ottomans in sight.
What's on your coffee tables? Do you put books there? What's going on them?
We have candles on there. Oh, you're saying in like the storage?
It's a good spot for a candle. It's a good spot for a candle. That's my main purpose for it. Is like you stick a candle on there. Oof.
Well, Ian said he had coffee tables all over, so I'm just trying to imagine, coffee table 3. I feel like I'd be running out of stuff to put on it. I'd be like,
good, yeah. In Chicago, we got one empty coffee table, and then we got one that's got some couple books, a candle.
I can't wait to see these coffee tables.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna have a blast here with all these coffee tables, huh?
It's gonna be a great time.
We can light candles. We can light candles all over the place.
It's gonna be wild.
This is gonna be awesome.
I do agree with that take though. Like, I don't use them for what they're used for. Like you said, I'm not leaning up in my seat every time I want to grab my drink. That's crazy.
No, I also do. I get really upset when I put my feet on a coffee table and then like my feet start to hurt or starts to dig into like my calf.
You got to reposition like every couple minutes because it starts to burn a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to give the people a Sloan screen time?
Let's do it.
Before we do Sloan screen time, live show, Compound Live, Music Box Theater, musicboxtheater.com. Get your tickets. 90-minute show. We're going to have our friends on the pod. It's an off day for the boys. Music Box Theater, Compound Live. Tom's going to have all the links. Sloan is the world's leading manufacturer of commercial plumbing systems. Companies at the forefront of the green building movement and provide smart, sustainable, and hygienic restroom solutions by manufacturing water efficient products, including flushometers, faucets, sink systems, soap dispensers, and fixtures for commercial, industrial, and institutional markets worldwide. To learn more, visit sloan.com. Got through it. Wasn't clean.
Will we announce it once we lock in our guests?
Yes. I did ask Jan Gomes, and Jan Gomes would love to participate.
Yes. Oh, Jan. Zach's going to be so jealous.
Jan.
Have you said hi to him, Zach?
Yeah, he just keeps giving me dirty looks. The other day, like as a joke, when he caught the other day, he was like, I'm going to be overly nice to you now since you said I was a dick the first time. And I was like, I went up there with a plan that I wasn't going to say anything to you, and you stumped me, so I have to say hi now.
Did you know him before Ian's wedding? Like, did you ever talk to him before that?
We hung out last year when Ian came to Detroit.
I was going to say, it's crazy how fast we both just love the guy, and we knew him for 2 days. I've known him for 3 days.
He's a beauty. I'll never tell him that, but he's a beauty.
Yeah, you can't let him get a big head.
Yeah. You know what else people can do? People can tweet at us who they want to come on the pod. The live pod.
Ian hates when we get sidetracked.
That was fluffing up Jan.
You become Tom. You become Tom 313. You get mad at us.
Screen time 313
what he's
for me.
Doing?
313.
You got a hit today. What are you mad about?
I'm just getting us back on the rails.
This is us. Up a perfect game.
This is the rails, and this is you guys. You're in your.
That's what we do.
You're in the forest, and I got.
Can I suggest less visual bits? I think on a podcast we got to do more audio centric bits and not less hand movements.
I like
Tom,
when we
get
off
the
rails.
Yelling at us?
Ian yelled at us, and then Tom yelled at us.
I've never seen Ian give me that look before. That was the ultimate shut the fuck up look. All right, fair enough. 5 hours, 3 minutes.
Welcome to it, Tom.
Also, just really want a quick. No one noticed it. I put the camera to it a couple times. Shout out to Joe from Obvious Shirts. Rush made the delivery of the new ZS59.
Oh, is that a Navy?
That's
is
the
that
Braves
Navy?
one? We got the yellow dot for the Braves, and we're in business. Zach, the real issue in the last couple of weeks has been no ZS59. Now you're back to your true number. Everything's returned to the natural order. That's why you're playing well.
Me and Joe are gonna have to have a word because I'm sitting here with a Mets one and a Red Sox one that I'm gonna burn at some point probably. And I don't have a Braves one yet. We're gonna have to have a word.
It's a problem.
That's a problem because I wear it all the time, and Zach gets so mad when I wear it too. Hates when I support him. And I said, too bad. I'll never stop loving you. 412. 412 is my time. 4 hours, 12 minutes. Zach, Ian wins. Shocker. Say your time, Ian. Big surprise.
313. 314.
Zach, did you say yours yet?
442.
Watching too many hitting videos.
Oh my goodness. He's getting mean.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that.
Did you guys hang out?
You guys
have fun hanging out yesterday though?
We didn't hang out. I pulled the plug on that one.
Zach pulled the shoot.
I was in a bad spot.
So you guys didn't hang out. But Ian, we're going to hang out June 20th with 700 other people.
Yep.
And they're going to come see the live show. And it's going to be awesome.
We're going to hang. We're going to hang and it's going to be a blast. That's episode 209 of the Compound Podcast. And Tom. Tom will be there too. Don't forget Tom.
Yeah, I've been kind of wondering why I haven't been mentioned that I'm also going. I was like, I don't know what the strat is, but I thought maybe we were doing a surprise at this point because we've mentioned it so many times now. I was like, all right, I guess we're just not talking about that I'm also going. That's fine. I know Ian wants to wrap it up, so we'll wrap it up.
Tom, that's my bad. That's
fucked up.
You're going to be there, and I'm excited about that. That's episode 209 of the Compound Podcast presented by Connect Roasters, connectroasters.com. See you next week.